Okay, so Doc Michelle is here to, I guess, help us get clearer, hopefully, on our vision for ourselves. And it's not the type na Doc can say, do this, 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 step 1, step 2, step 3. Kasi lahat tayo in this room, we have a different way of going about things. We'd like to take our lives to different places. So, I guess one of the things that I have found in 40 years of existence is that sometimes what gets in the way of me and my goals, or parang how I envision myself, is the tug of balancing work, personal life, that tug of hustle ba ako or medyo steady and rest ba ako. I feel like that has been recurring. It gets in the way of the goals kasi medyo minsan hindi mo alam saan ba ako dapat. So how, I guess, can we get clearer on that, in that juggle?
And it will still recur. Paulit-ulit pa rin yan.
Salamat
sa
takot.
No, it's not takot. Yeah, I will just give you a formula, not I don't like giving 1, 2, 3 steps.
Right.
I like giving principles because we are all different.
Right.
Unang-una, yung sa balancing work, diba? Don't call it balance because there's no perfect balance. I call it, especially this pandemic, you've seen, we're supposed to have work-life harmony. What is harmonious for you may not be for me.
Right.
Diba? And another thing that you need to consider is that the others nga, workplace, I do workplace well-being or corporate sessions on well-being. They're calling it now work-life integration. Diba? We've seen that.
Define integration.
Okay.
Medyo ibang level. Yung harmony kayong pa yung integration.
You have a meeting online during the lockdown, but you're guiding your young child in her online school.
Correct.
Or you're waiting for the ulam, the sinigang na kumulo from the kitchen.
Okay.
You know what I mean. Parang pare-pareho tayo. There's an integration there. Does it make you less of a career person? No, because that's needed.
Right.
So there is that intertwine. That's why I get a lot of well-being programs because you've seen that there is an intersection. Our lives has been so compartmentalized, diba? Ito lang yung work, ito lang yung social life ko. About 5 o'clock, tapos na ako sa pagiging empleyado. But you've seen na hindi. So it's called integration. And then, what is suitable for you to integrate? Ang sagot dyan, nakita ko yung age range, oh my God, 20s to 50s ba?
20 is the youngest and 34 is the oldest, I believe.
34, so ako na yung pinakamatanda dito.
True ba, Doc? Hindi ba parang same tayo?
Same tayo ng age range.
Yes. Doon sa chine-check na box.
Oh, same tayo doon, Bianca. Same tayo.
End up na lang kami.
Yes. End up na ako. Naramdaman ko yan ngayon. Shucks, nandun ako sa 40 and up. Diba?
Yes.
But you know, it's beautiful. That's one of my books, diba? I have a book called The Beauty of 40 and Wrapping the Gift of Midlife. And this is something that I wrote there. Work-life harmony varies on your life seasons and your realities. I teach developmental psychology. Every developmental stage, lagi lang natin tinitingnan yun sa kids. But honestly, adults, we have also.
That's true.
The young adult is different from the realities of our age. Kaya mas nagiging issue, you've heard of titas, ates, ng issue nila, I don't want to be with everyone this Christmas. Ayoko na makipag-meet. Am I wrong? You know, others get into their own mental health concern because they felt it's wrong. No, because that's the call of the season. So, lahat ng season may reality. And your season, I'm just excited to share, pag ganitong season, kaya mo lahat. Tama? Parang, mamaya may gimmick pa kayo. Diba?
Kagabi, gumimik pa.
Parang, wow, my body's not complaining about this. And it's okay, because this is the season. But time will come that you need to navigate this tree. And this is the three principle. This is the principle in work-life harmony. You have needs. The needs are the must-do. The needs are also the should-do. Required kang pumasok sa trabaho.
Right.
Required tayong kumita ng pera. Right? Next. Wants. Ano yung gusto mo? what is it that you really want to focus on today? And then there's another one. There's the longings.
Longings.
What I really desire internally, but I keep putting aside. Diba? Because lagi lang tayong wants and needs. Needs and wants. Add on. But in reality, it's supposed to be a combination of the three. Why? Because dun sa want, I want to take a break for 1 hour. Kasi yung need, other people may be requiring us to do so. The work, the system, yun yung needs. But the wants, what is your personal preference? Today ba, sasagarin ko ba yung katawan ko? Or today, I was just chill during lunch break. I don't want to talk to any of my office mates during lunch. Because I want to be in an isolation, solitude mode. Gusto ko mag-isip. That's a want, right? What about the longings? I really long to have this kind of break. I really long to have that. But many times, the longings, we just put it aside. Because in reality, the longings are actually how our beings speak to us. Kasi parte naman yun ng buhay. Sino dito yung walang longings? Who doesn't long for a good life? That's our desire. So, the must, lagi yan, given yan. And our lives break pag lagi na lang yung puro needs yung ginagawa. Hindi mo na binibigyan pagkakataon to rest. Diba? We are not just human doings. We are human beings. And the wants there, dun papasok yung being a human being. And then, this thing, you always have to assess. Lagi mo titingnan. May perfect ba to? Hindi. Today, I really need to give in to the leads. But on weekend, next weekend, I will give in to some of my wants. But at a certain stage in my life, during my birthday week, I will give in to all my longings. Yun. So there's no perfect balance every day because it depends on your work, your reality, your season in life. If you have, any of you who have kids,
Miss Judy.
Yes, Miss Judy. So, diba? So, iba rin kasi yung needs ng may kids. So, dun yung nagbavari. So, there will never be a perfect formula in a balanced life. Pag sinabi ng mga tao na, I have the perfect balance, hindi totoo yon, faker yon. Fake
May
yun.
nagsabi na ba nun?
Parang yung iba, they have it all figured out. Yes, pero kasi time will come. During the pandemic, we're all rattled on what's the perfect balance. Yung iba sabihin nila, hindi, pag 5 p.m., shutdown na ako talaga ng laptop, lalabas na ako. Hindi ko na isipin yung trabaho. O ngayon, 8 p.m. na nagre-reply pa tayo sa MS Teams, sa Viber, di ba? Oo, hindi.
Nag-iba na naman.
Nag-iba. Okay.
Correct.
So that's and then there's no perfect formula. When you get challenged by your life season, maiiba na naman yan.
Correct.
Pag nagkasakit ka, you have to give in to a lot of your wants and longings. When you're going through something, you need to support yourself, medyo kontian mo yung should. Pero kailangan mo pa rin continuously harmonizing what is harmonious for you. What is acceptable to you. The problem is that I read this somewhere, we have that cookie cutter mentality na feeling natin lahat tayo, ito yung perfect formula. Perfect cut, lahat. Eh, ito yun eh. Ito dapat, di ba? Yung mga dapat should. So, it's not gonna be that way.
Right.
The work-life balance is actually elusive. So, I call it work-life harmony.
Okay, Doc, before I get into vision, medyo devil's advocate
Yes.
ako. So, needs clear, wants clear. Yung longing, and there's a famous movie line, please someone remind me because I forget. But parang yung longing, parang sa may kaya lang.
Hindi. Pwede mo naman ang longing mo lang naman ngayon, Bianca, nagawa ko kanina habang naghihintay. Tumanga. So, nakatanga ako dun sa bench. Tumanga habang sinusulat itong thoughts ko. That can actually look, oh my God, I just long to read that book. That is books that's been in my shelf for the longest time. I long to have a day without a schedule on my calendar. Pang may kaya lang ba? Di eh. It depends on actually, it's not about material things. It's just about how can you restore your well-being here? How can I be more balanced? So we need to give into that. So we have to angle it on that aspect para mas maganda. It's not about material things. Your longings come from your human desires. That's desires eh. That desire for rest, desire for beauty, desire for simplicity, desire for nothingness.
Ay, gusto ko yung desire for nothingness.
Diba? Desire
May
for
sino dito
nothing.
may desire for nothingness? Yes?
Diba?
Yes, di ba?
The more you get older, the more nothingness you long for.
Super! Totoo yan. And like, di ba, there is beauty, lalo na now na lahat, open your phone, open the news,
Yes.
open your door, yung mga magulang mo, lahat, ganyan, work.
That's why
So,
there are cafes that I like going into. Pero dito I heard from Cainta. From Cainta, I live in Cainta, Ortigas Extension. So there are spaces that I like to go in towards Taytay Antipolo. You know, just sit down there over nothingness and hear the trees, the birds, and the sapa going and flowing. So it's nothingness. Oo, mahal. Pero you're paying also for something that is actually a way for you have to pay for well-being. And sometimes even outside your houses, kung wala kang budget, labas mo yung chair, gumawa kang coffee, tumiti ka sa puno, kung may puno yan, kung nasa condo ka sa roof deck. We can always find ways to do this.
yeah, I love nothing. I super appreciate nothingness now in my life. And if anyone else here loves eating alone, going to the movies alone. Naku, ako yan. Dati kasi di ba tabo? Now, yung pagtitinginan ka ng mga tao, now medyo less, pero meron pa rin. So, again, going back to my point na you are not alone, yan. Sa lahat tayong
Bianca, we're
mahilig
not
na
naman
mag-isang
promoting.
kumain.
That's why, you know, this restaurant, it's a perfect place for
nothingness.
nothingness. For me.
Pero nothingness with
Kasi you're not
ensaymada, ganyan.
You're not siksikan with everyone.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to go to what I was talking about earlier, yung vision.
Vision.
When we sort of try to envision our lives, the pandemic taught us na we can't
Yes.
really, but syempre there has to be some general direction or some North Star we're looking at. How can we make that clear for ourselves?
I'll admit to you, sabi mo kanina, you're not the 5-year planner. I'm also not the 5-year planner. Meron ba dito? Pwede ba ako magtanong sa kanila?
Yeah, of
Meron ba
course.
dito
May 5-year plan, 10-year
3-year plan.
Si Pebble. Si, sorry, what is Chris?
Okay. It's
Meron
nice
naman.
to have a general overview of what will happen, di ba? What you need to be warned about is that if you get fixated on the destination and not on the journey, because during the pandemic, that has been tested. Diba? And many get into frustration because they cannot do what they planned or have planned already to do. So being clear with your vision, before, last year, Brother Bo Sanchez, as Bianca has mentioned, I'm from the community of the Feast. And then I lead one of the ministries. He has this online recollection.
Mm-hmm.
And in that online recollection, I think he did it December 30 or 31. We're always like, I want to go for this, go for this, go for this. He talked about just having one major goal for the year.
Mhm.
Parang, and then, everything that you do for this year will anchor there. Lahat ng decision mo, i-anchor mo doon. So I tried. Hindi naman ako rigid, but I tried. My big word for 2023 is actually well-being.
Mm.
So my decisions, is this anchored on my well-being? Lahat yan. Even travel plans. Even work. Will this compromise my well-being? Laging naka-anchor doon. Alam nyo, mas madali pala. And of course, dun din, kung ang anchor nyo is like, ang anchor nyo for the year is, for example, to be this financially stable, lahat din a-anchor doon. Sabi ko, this makes a lot of sense. And that is in goal setting.
Mhm.
But to be able to come up for me with a goal, hindi pwedeng ganun lang. That is actually a good output, but you have to have an iOS. So what's the iOS now for Android?
iOS, as in like
Internal
operating
operating system.
system. Okay.
What are the 3 operating system? Your values, your goals, and priorities.
Values.
Your values, your goals, and priorities.
priorities.
So it's just not a 1, 2, 3 again.
Okay.
It's about values. what are the most critical things, matters, people that are important in your life? These are actually your non-negotiable. But come to think of it, it's your framework. You know what framework is? Dito mo ikakabit lahat.
Yeah.
So lahat ng goal mo, and if you see sometimes, di ba? Oh, I want to go for this. Pero sometimes, why is it that it doesn't fit right? It doesn't sit right? It's because it's counterfeiting to your values. For example, I've been sick out for for a training by this big BPO, and I need to do so and so. Sabi ko, okay, this is good. But yung request nila, wait, parang iti-tweak yung gusto ko, yung how I do things. And I said, okay. And then I really prayed about it. Nandun ako sa process ng approval na lang yung supplier information ko. And then I said, if this push through, and then good. But if this will tweak how I do things, the kind of content, and the kind of workshops I deliver, and then it's not gonna be a good fit. So, pati sa trabaho, kaya minsan umaaray tayo. Because your goal, yes, to be financially stable, but you value well-being. I have two sisters. One works in a creative company. She actually partly owned a creative company before. And they do on-site events. She left. She left after being in the company for about 10 years. Mm-hmm. She was the one who started it with two partners. Why did she leave? One of her main values is actually well-being. Good sleep, good exercise, healthy food. Alam niyo naman ang events world. Diba? Bibigay at bibigay yung katawan mo. And sabi niya, I don't have creativity to give anymore. Now, she's employed, yes. But she's a creative director of a digital marketing firm. Mm-hmm. She handles all the artists, all the writers. And my point is that in their company, well-being is a priority. Bawal sa artist ang nag-overtime. So it the values fitted with her own personal values. So you have to check that. So values are actually the anchor. That's the framework. Doon din papasok yung goal. So pag naka-framework na yung values, yung goal mo mas madali. Ang goal ko next year to bring my kids here. For example, for I value family. Hindi pa kami nagbabonding as a family. So pag-iipunan ko to for my family. Pwede yun, diba? So your goal is connected to your values. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I want to achieve financial independence. Why? Why do you want to be rich? Because there's a lot of mission that I want to fulfill. So nandun yung value mo for a life of mission. So dun mo rin i-anchor yung value mo. Kasi pag yung goal mo ay goal lang at walang inner values, it's meaningless. And then last, dun pag meron ka ng values, pag meron ka ng goals, madali nang mag-sort ng priority. Madali nang mag-no. Ay, natawas. I just came from 2 weeks ago, is the Peace Conference of our community. I gave a breakthrough talk on creating healthy boundaries because we don't really talk about it a lot. But honestly, if you're clear with your goal and our values, it's easier to say, this is not a priority. In your age, this age, ang dami yung gustong gawin at kayang gawin. Agree?
Yes.
And it's good because this is the time that you are actually maximizing life. But time will come, I will warn you, when you enter 35 onwards, you will feel that this no longer serves my purpose. Huwag kang matakot, it's gonna be beautiful. I remember one, can I just also share? I remember one colleague of mine, I teach in the Department of Psychology in Miriam. One colleague of mine told me, Itzel, huwag ka nang gagalaw dyan sa expertise mo. You are very equipped and gifted in this expertise. Huwag mong gagalawin. Huwag ka nang tatanggap ng ganitong trabaho. Sabi ko, I agree. Because if this is something that I wrote in my book, You Can Care for You. When you say no to a few, you say yes to you. It's easier to know your priorities if you know the things that you need to say no to. And then you give more time in the things that you really prioritize.
Yeah.
The other day, I got an, like for example, I have the opportunity to teach full-time. Pero there will be a lot of meetings and other tasks that are assigned from time to time. Most of the time, in my college. So do I want that life? The other day, I got a call, Doc, can you teach this for the undergrad? Sabi ko, hindi ko na magturo sa undergrad. Monster teacher na yata ako. No, because I'm more impatient now. Because there's just too many things that's getting my headspace. Ang dami nilang kukunin na oras. I teach in the graduate school. So, ibang approach ng graduate school. So, I said no because at this season of my life, that is not the priority. Kaya kong gawin? Kaya. Equip akong gawin? Equip ako. Is it part of my priority? No. So, that's maybe, shall I say, how we do things. Always ground it in your values. Set appropriate, realistic, diba? Merong SMART goals. For me, let's just say, healthy goals. Not far-fetched. Realistic and sustainable.
Yeah.
Di ba meron kasing goals? Hindi naman sustainable yan eh. And then lastly, priorities. It's important for you to check your priorities because that will see if you have a glitch, your internal glitch. Have you been in that situation na parang may mali? Meron?
Something in your gut is telling you
Yes, something in your gut is telling you that's not right. For me, if it's in your gut, I say it in a spiritual angle, it's the Holy Spirit talking to me that something is not right. Why? Posible kasi that it's your values that's speaking. And you have to listen to it. That's your inner wisdom as a person.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. I agree on all of that on so many levels. And I just wanted to share, because as you were explaining, this happened to me just last week. So I have been working with ABS-CBN for, I'd say, 19, 20 years now as a host. And people know me as a good soldier, meaning if you need me, I will show up. If you give me a job, I will do this job. I never miss any big occasion that I have to be there. So one big event is coming up at work. And I've never missed that, ever. As in, since I was in my 20s, never. When I checked my calendar, it fell on the exact same day and time as a Christmas musical of my kids in school. Wow. And yan na yan mismo yung internal dialogue ko. Oh my gosh, pagtingin ko sa calendar ko, I was like, I always show up at work. That's who I am. And it was such a difficult decision, to be honest, because I didn't want to be the kind of person that didn't show up to work. But at the same time, of course, I want to be the kind of mother that is present when my kids look out from the stage, nandun ako, at yung asawa ko, nanonood kami. I told myself that I would be as present a parent as I can be. It was so difficult, but at the same time, to your point, Doc, na your values are really your framework. And I think I shifted my thought process into, am I the kind of person that in 20 years, I'll look back and be happy with choosing work over being there for my kids? And that made it clear for me. I'm not attending that very important event, and I am going to be there taking pictures and videos of my kids. And it makes me look back at all the times in my 20s that I chose work over family. I can't say I regret it, because to your point, 20s is really the time for you to like build your career. I know a lot of people say na parang sana I showed up more for family, and I totally agree with that. But sometimes, again, in your own harmony, you make that decision and at that stage in my life, that season of my life, I really wanted to show up for work. Missed so many Christmas dinners, barkada, whatever, binyag, kasal, lahat, you name it, missed it for work.
Meron pa gender reveal, baby shower.
Yan, ganyan. So I think it depends, like to Doc Michelle's point, if any of you have that struggle this holiday season of choosing work or family, I feel that there is no correct answer, but you really just have to dig deep in that. Yun nga, baka that might help. 10 years from now, when I'm at probably a certain place in my work na pinaghirapan ko to get there, will I look back and say, okay lang ba na I miss this family event? Or is it okay that I showed up at work? So it's a very, very personal decision. It's one that I know I made the right decision. And it's, to anyone who has read James Clear, diba? It's a vote for the kind of person I want to be. So I think that helps a lot.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sana
So major!
Nasaan na-reconcile mo siya?
Na-reconcile ko.
I just want to affirm that. A personal sharing that I left full-time work when I have 2 kids. Hindi ko sinasabing, you have a flexible career. And then, after, I think, about 3 years, I started with my PhD. When I started with my PhD, I was also teaching part-time. I was also doing talks and training. So, you know how the hustle of things. But this is one thing that I told myself. Your PhD will not be an excuse not to spend time with the kids and to be there in their important milestones like programs. So, kahit na I have to wake up sometimes at 3 a.m. to write papers, I will do it. Because doon ko lang siya kinompromise when I was already at the last leg finishing my dissertation. Because my kids will need to go to this party that they want to go to. Because my kids have a program that they need to attend to. Sabi ko, I would absent myself if needed sa PhD class because it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
If my kids have program like yours. And importantly, when I was doing naman my dissertation, ang 3 priorities ko, family, dissertation, and community work. All else, sinet ko yan in this season. All else, kung magko-fall dyan, kung walang tatamaan. Get it? So alam nyo, ang dali. Ang daling mag-no. Meron akong work, okay, this work, sige na baka pwede. No. I cannot handle it at this point. Kaya ang dami kong ni-no. Because I need to step back in order for me to finish and at the same time, ito yung goal ko, I don't want my kids to feel they don't have a mom. Kalaban nila yung degree. And then now, I'm asking my kids, just assuring you, Bianca and everyone, my kids are now 17 and 14. I told them, did you ever feel that I did not support you? No, Mom, you've always been so supportive. And ako, okay, Lord, ginawa ko na yung mission. In that season, hindi ko siya pinagsisisihan. Kahit gipit. Diba? Kahit na we don't have the things that we're enjoying now. It's a season. Can you say that with me? It's a season. So sasabihin nyo yun, pag naghihirapan kayo at this point, this is just a season.
Totoo. It is. And never-ending yung changing of
Yes,
the seasons.
changing.
So hopefully that
Tapos pag
was
nag-change
the
na yung
dog
season, you're gonna look at it differently. Because you're a different person already.
Yeah.
Meron minsan iba, nagawa ko na to eh. Do you get fixated? Alam ko dapat yung priorities ko. You know, the more that you said dapat, or nagawa ko na to, the more you are being rigid and harsh on yourself.
Yeah.
And the more things become difficult.
And that shifts, like I mentioned earlier, easily 10 years ago, I would have chosen work, for sure.
Yes.
So, parang it's something you have to constantly revisit, yung what you will say yes and no to. But I think if there's anything constant, it's the values.
Yes.
It's always anchored on that.
Yun yung laging constant yan for all season.
Right. Parang Vilma Santos.
Yes.
For all seasons.
Values for all season.
Taray, Ate V. Okay, lastly, before we end with Doc, in looking at our path, I guess, where we'd like to be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, in our old age, there's sort of like a vision, right? And in my life thus far, I feel what has helped me stay on that path or like keep going kahit na mahirap, kahit na may roadblocks, is this sense of mission. This sense of purpose, this sense of mission. So, to everyone here who are on their own journeys in life at different stages, paano yun, Doc? Paano ba to?
Ang dami kong points
Ang
dyan.
sense
Paano ba to?
of mission.
Sense of mission would first come with self-awareness. Kasi pag hindi mo kilala ang sarili mo, the mission, it's just the mission of someone else. Alam yung nahila ka lang. Ay, volunteer tayo dito. Ay, dito ako mag-apply. Ay, ito yung gawin mo. It's just a mission of someone being handed to you. You are just, you are not really deliberate about life. You are more of a bandwagon. You're just joining the bandwagon. So here, you have to be deliberate in really getting to know. Hindi, kilala ko na yung sarili ko. You have to renew and getting to know yourself all over again. And warning nga, be kind. Because I know you're here because you're like-minded people. Kaya tinan nyo, yung reactions nyo the same. I'm talking to a homogeneous group of people na na-infuse na ni Bianca Gonzalez ng kanyang mga mindset. Pero tama, di ba? Tama, hindi ko naman nauuhan si Bianca kung tama ka na kung iba rin yung mga pinaglalaban namin sa buhay at pinopromote namin. So you have to be very clear with who you are as a person.
Before you go on,
Yes.
Doc, let me just side note on what Doc said. Especially for our 20-year-old. Jacob, that's you, right?
You're 20. Are you done with
siya yung
college?
pinaka-bagets here. Yes, college!
Yes. Are you done?
Not yet.
Good that you're starting early.
I know. In the getting to know yourself stage, the hila of the friends plays a part.
Yes.
Kasi we won't really also know what is out there if we don't try
Yes.
what is out there.
Agree.
So, okay lang yon
Okay lang yon.
to see, dito ba ako, ito ba yung para ako. And when you find like where you're supposed to be, it feels like a puzzle.
Yes.
Mahilig tayo sa
Yes.
metaphor na to. A puzzle piece na nakaupo na parang, uy, okay dito pala ako.
Yes.
You'll feel it. I see nodding heads. That means you might have found that for
Because
you.
that's developmental. Teenagers ka pa. Teenager ka pa. Adolescence is the stage.
Mhm.
You are actually seeking your identity, or building your identity. The other time, I was in a forum, 25-year-old na daw ang ending ng adolescence because that's where the prefrontal lobe, the prefrontal cortex, the decision-making part of the brain, dun fully na-develop.
25.
At 25. Kaya don't be so harsh on yourself kung bakit hindi ko pa alam. Well, that is a stage. Tama ka, Bianca, because friends are part of the process.
Yeah.
Especially during teenagers. Kung edad ka ni Bianca, at hindi mo kilala yung sarili mo, dumating ka sa 38, hindi mo pa rin alam kung ito ba talaga yung dapat kong trabaho. Yung barkada ko, ayoko nang sumama, pero napipilitan ako kasi baka kung ano masabi nila, we have a problem there.
We have to dig deep.
We
at
have to
that
dig
point.
deep because baka hindi mo talaga kilala ang sarili mo. Sumunod ka lang sa agos, dun ka lang nagpabandwagon. Kinilala mo yung sarili mo through other people, through everything that is handed to you. But internally, you did not use your own operating system. You actually just plugged into other people. Kaya this is my side joke when I'm talking to singles. Kaya huwag kayong masyadong lalandi ng gusto at adolescence. Kasi ang kinilala nyo, yung identity ng partner nyo, hindi yung identity nyo. Kaya hindi nyo napansin yung yung masyadong maagang nagjowa. Their identity is anchored on someone, not fully, authentically who they are. So when they reach a certain point, like 28, 29, parang shocks, nasan ako, kilala ko ba sarili ko without this person? O, sounds familiar? May kilala kayong ganon?
Ako na, I'll take one for the team. So, side kwento again. I was in a relationship in high school. And then I had a college-long relationship. And then after that, I had a boyfriend.
But did you take breaks?
I did!
Oh, yun naman pala.
Mga
Good.
1 year, 2 year breaks. Pero matagal din the relationships, like 2 years, 4 years.
Oo.
Matanda na ako. So, no, what I mean to say is, nung athlete yung jowa ko, sporty din ako. Nung gimmickera yung jowa ko, gimmickera din ako.
Yes.
So, I would really adapt. Tapos, nagkaroon ako ng isang jowa na into advocacy work. So, that's how I got into it. So, in fairness naman, even if I get what Doc means, like, you really will You'll adapt. Kasi syempre, you have this feeling of, magugustuhan niya ako if I'm like this. Diba? And that's totally normal. But what I'm trying to say is, even if you are in relationships, not even romantic relationships, but like a circle of friends na medyo mas ganyan, gumigimik, mas sporty, mas aktivista, ganyan, you'll eventually find bits and pieces of that. And I have to say that now, a lot of those are still in me. Pero na-figure out ko lang yung ingredients and measure of ingredients kung gaano kadaming percent yung which and what. Which took time, for sure. Definitely took time.
The thing is, hindi nabakante ka. May breather. Yung iba kasi, dire-diretso one after another. Tapos, ang identity nila, it's always with someone.
Hirap
So,
na,
going
hirap
back,
na.
that is more, ideally, in our eyes, let's just say, in my profession that I'm in, there could be problematic lapses pagdating mo sa adulthood.
Right.
Kasi you really fully don't know who you are. Kaya when you go to midlife, that becomes a crisis.
Right.
Midlife is reassessing yourself, how you've been from adolescence to adulthood.
Right.
Yung young adult, kayo yon. So this is really the stage of really gaining who you are. So the call for self-awareness is very high.
Yeah.
Kaya parang, okay, excuse na hindi mo alam at this age, pwede pa. Pero at this age, di ba meron tayong tumandang walang pinagkatandaan? Ayaw natin naman nun, di ba? So, self-awareness, it's the first part in being clear, in finding a deeper sense of mission. There's a point, I'll quote again, Brother Bo. Meron siyang sinabi, paano mo nalaman if this is who you are and this is the mission that you are called to do? Follow your trail of blessings. Lagi kong nire-remind yan. Where are you flowing? Where are you blessed? Where is your gifting? Follow your trail of blessing. Hindi just financially, but you know that you are so expanded, you are maximized when you're doing this task, doing this mission work, this talent of yours, when you're there, you're literally in the state of flow. Flow is a positive psychology concept, right?
Which sometimes we take for granted kasi para sa atin, yan, dali lang gawin yan Sobrang dali lang yan sa akin. And we have this mentality na kailangan pinapaghirapan. Which is true, of course, to a sense. But I get what you mean by follow the train of blessings. Is that what you
Follow
said?
your trail of blessings. Tingnan
That's
mo yung
so
buhay
true.
mo. So, it's in your timeline, saan ba ako nabe-bless? Am I blessed in this kind of work? Am I blessed in this, oh my God, yung palang side hobby ko na ayaw kong ilabas sa mundo, yun pala yung, I get good feedback about it. I'm blessed there. So, pwede kasi siya. Pwede siyang hindi yung main work mo. But pwede rin yung main work mo, you are really blessed with it and you're blessing people. That's why when you know, dun papasok. So the first one, your sense of mission is actually, one thing that I really advocate is self-care. And I define self-care, it's taking care of the person your God meant for you to be. Kasi baka yung iba yung minomold mo So that is actually the point of stewardship. I am taking care of my body, I'm taking care of my mind, my mental health, my emotional health, my relationship, because I cannot be a vessel of mission if I'm not well. Alam ko maraming tao na may hugot kaya they entered a certain advocacy, a certain mission, but they are actually, bringing blessing amidst their breakdowns. That's
Right.
Breakthrough. Breakthrough yun sa kanila. But you really need to have that sense of stewardship. Mahirap magbigay if you're giving from an empty cup. Yung sense of mission, I like saying that you can only give from a place of overflow. Because if you try to keep giving from a place of lack, insecurity, ibig sabihin, you're just trying to fill your worth, your sense of self-worth, with the affirmations, the attention of other people, but you do not really love yourself. Kumakabit ka lang dun sa sinasabi ng iba. Feel good lang kasi. Kaya yung iba, di ba, hindi, ginagawa ko to para makatulong. Tanggalin niyo yung way niya para makatulong. Bagsak siya. Una, nawala yung sense of mission. Pangalawa, they're giving from a place of lack. Yun yung nagpupuno lang. Take note lang. Kaya ibang-iba, to give from a place of self-awareness is important. And then when you're fully self-aware, you take care of that person so you can give from a place of overflow. So that I lead you to 2 points, success and significance. This is another concept of Kuya Bo. I summarize this in my book, You Can Care For You. Narinig ko kanina, you have certain advocacies, you have career that you're passionate about, and it is good. Actually, it's very good. But there's a point that your gift will lead you to your mission. Your gifting, your sacred gift will lead you to your, and that is actually success. Absolutely. And this is a big quote again from Brother Bo. He wrote this in one of his books. Success, it's about you fulfilling your dreams, but significance, it's about you helping other people find their success. So life is no longer about you. Because this is putting spirituality, no matter what religion you have. Because you know that your life is just not for you. Bakit mo ba ito ginagawa, Bianca? Bakit ba ako umuo sa'yo? Diba? Dahil may alam ako? Hindi kasi pareho tayong may pinofulfill na mission na hindi nakaara. Hindi ko naman sasabihin na ang galing namin because your mission just might be to read books as a volunteer work mo tuwing Saturday morning elsewhere dun sa sitio, sa sulok ng baryo sa Batangas. May kilala akong ganon. She settled in Siargao for a while. Nung lockdown, nasa Siargao siya. Every afternoon, meron silang reading program for the kids in Siargao. So akala nung iba, nagliliwaliw siya sa Siargao. No, meron pala silang isang group doon who's an NGO doing that to make the kids literate. So is she broadcasting it? No, because it can be through the microphone, through your own platform. It's not always about what you see in social media, but it's about inherently what do you do to help alleviate the suffering of someone, or what do you do to be able to live a life of significance, a life that is no longer just about you. Yun yung mission The mission is for you to be successful, and the mission is for you to find your gifting so that you can be more for, the mission is for you to take care of yourself, to be well, so you can be more for others. Yun yung pinakamahirap, pero it's the most beautiful thing that can happen.
Absolutely.
This reissue episode was originally recorded back in December 2023 during Paano Ba To Live Volume 12. Paano Ba To is created and hosted by me, Bianca Gonzalez, with podcast producer Anika Neri and edited by Paolo Halili. To be part of our community of supers, you can follow at Paano Ba To on Instagram, and you can follow us on TikTok at Ask Paano Ba To. You can also join our private Facebook group, the Paano Ba To Super Group. Till our next episode, stay super, supers!